everyone, my name is Pentola Davies from Beyond the Skies, and here with me is Dotun Ajayi of Dotun Ajayi Studios. Oh, Dotun, it's been a long time coming, and I'm so glad that we eventually got to do this.
Yes.
Like it's been on my mind, and the shift in schedules and every other thing, but here we are. It's so good to sit with you today.
It's good to see you too. It's good to be here.
It's so good. So, how have you been?
I've been good. Yeah, I've been in Nigeria.
Because generally when we ask that question, how are you? Everybody just responds, I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm just a generic response. But how have you been?
Okay. Yeah. Honestly speaking, I've been good. It's been quite let me just call it easy. It's been an easy journey. Transitioning in different areas, and sometimes life gives you what you don't expect. But as a Christian, irrespective of whatever situation you find yourself in, you just have to stay strong and keep your feet high. So at some point you get worried. Realistically speaking, you get worried, like, oh, why is this happening? Why is that happening? But the major thing that has actually kept me going is the fact that I'm a true believer. So I know, irrespective of whatever things that's happening, one day, there's a scripture that says, when the Lord turns around the captivity of Zion. So I know for myself, my path is as a shining light.
That shines brighter and brighter. Thank you so much for that wonderful response. And so, taking you straight off into your question, can you take us back to that moment when everything changed for you? And now I'm referring to the context because a lot of you might not know. I think he has put it out on his IG page. Dr. Ajayi, sometime, was it earlier this year or late last year?
Late last year.
Sometime late last year, Dr. Ajayi woke up to the news that his studio had come down with fire. And I remember seeing that post and I'm like, God forbid, this cannot happen. Because as a creative, the news of losing everything that you have can literally throw you into complete depression. Not even partial, complete depression. And so from that moment, can you actually take us back to how it happened and how you steadied yourself? I don't even want to get into the story of how you bounced back, but right now, how were you able to even steady yourself from the news to going forward?
Okay, honestly, I haven't actually deeply shared my experience to anyone. Aside my wife, so this is more or less like the first time I'm actually saying how it really felt. The fire issue was actually not the first incident I had at the whole place. That was, I think, 2021 or so. There was a particular time I got a new camera, and I had my church camera with me. I got a new camera practically for church and myself, and also there was a client camera with me too. I think that's 3 cameras, and I had my personal camera. So I got those cameras and I left those 3 cameras at the studio. Because I had a job over the weekend at my sister's place. So I just went with my camera. And on coming back, I got back late Saturday night, so I could not go to the studio. So first thing Sunday morning, and it was the first Sunday, Thanksgiving. So first thing Sunday morning, as I was entering the studio, I just realized that this is not the way I left this door.
Oh my God.
What is happening right now? So, and I entered, I went to the office, I realized that everything is gone.
Everything?
The 3 cameras, a laptop, and take a phone gimbal thing. So as I just slept on the floor.
On a Sunday morning?
On a Sunday with my brother. I slept on the floor because I was so worried, like, how did this happen? The client camera, the new camera, and also church camera.
Where do you want to start from?
Where do I want to start? I called a friend, and I think I called my wife. She was a friend then. I called that. I was actually just yelling that, oh my God, this has happened. I just slept on the floor for a while. I was like, Dotun, you just have to pick yourself up. Go to church. I went to church that day. I took pictures, I snapped. People were like, later after sharing the incident, they were like, how did you do it? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I shall know that.
I should know.
So fast forward to last year, 3 days after my daughter's naming ceremony. I got a call.
After a lot of expenses.
A lot of expenses, you get. I got a call that, oh, this has happened. I was on the bed. I was shocked because it was unexpected. You get. And one thing I've decided to share with people, with my experience concerning that incident, is the fact that, like my pastor used to say, whenever God tells you to do something, make sure you do it now. Immediately. Sharing several stories, even biblical stories. The story of Abraham when God told him to sacrifice Isaac. In the scripture, it said, first thing in the morning, Abraham stood up. You get. So whenever God gives you an instruction, activate it immediately. So about a month or so before the incident, I've had this strong urge to pack my stuff and leave that place, because I was already preparing to leave the space and everything, but I was being logical because there's literally no space to put those stuff yet. So I had this big brother then, so I spoke with him about it. So that week was actually his wedding. So the plan was that immediately after his wedding, I'll pack. So the same Tuesday that is his wedding was that Tuesday, overnight, Monday stroke Tuesday morning, that the fire incident happened.
I'm hot.
Find yourself.
I need freeze.
So it was that Monday stroke Tuesday that the incident happened. So the moment it happened, funny enough, I just had that inner strength within myself. There's this story my pastor once used to share with us that I can't really pick the name of the individual. Like, there was a particular time his warehouse was getting burnt, and it was like, call his family, and they're like, see, this is an opportunity for me to do better, you get. So that's has always stick to me, you get. So the moment it happened, after me thinking and everything, I was like, okay, perhaps maybe this is an opportunity for me to restart, you get, because I can't phantom how I felt. That's just it. I just know that it is God. Because at some points, I was down.
It's only logical. You are human.
I was down. At some point, it even caused some misunderstanding between myself and my wife. Because I was like, hey, you're not the one that you just got born, blah, blah, blah. Because what I've been building for years, several equipments, props, and everything. But what I can just share out is that how I remained and stayed afloat was just God. It's just God. Let me just put it that way.
Dotun, I must sincerely tell you that you are strong, because first and foremost, the first incident, and what, if I may ask, what was the duration between the first and the second? I
think the first one happened 2021 I think it happened 2022.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one happened 2025. Like 3 years.
3 years. So at least you've had time to process. Because just like I was robbed sometime this year, earlier February, late February, and it took a very heavy toll on me, I must tell you, because just like you said, savings for years. Like, I looked at everything that was taken. It's like 10 years in one for me. Honestly. It was like 10 years in one. My laptop, my hard drives, my memory cards, everything. Beyond the equipments that were taken is the history of the works that within those gadgets that was taken. Exactly. And for some reasons, I couldn't process my thought, like, why would God even allow this thing to happen in the first place? Because I was on my way to church when I was robbed. I was going to serve. Moreover, I've consecrated this equipment to God. Like, I usually use this equipment to serve God.
Sorry for cutting you up. The first one I got, the first camera that they stole, immediately I got that camera, I went to my pastor. My pastor prayed on it. So, like, this thing will, oh God.
It will shake your faith. Like, but this thing, I used it for God. I pray. And it was like, episode on episode. First, my laptop crashed in January during Wolfberg. I went to fix it. Then lens fell. I fixed it. I had a bit of drama here and then. You're still trying to get some balance. So it just comes in 5 minutes. Just cleared everything. And my eye just clear. I'm like, starting afresh. I couldn't even process that. The only thing I was sure of was that truly God restores. That was the only thing I had on my mind. And thank God for Hallelujah Challenge. Because just like you said, being a Christian, being a believer, there's nothing you can use to compare that. That was why I literally found my strength. So off to the second question.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want to keep you longer than agreed.
So
As you begin to build again, just like you said, starting afresh, how did you navigate your mental and your emotional well-being? Okay. Like, especially as a creative, then as a person, because sometimes it's easy to get by as a person. When things happen, you just move on to the next one. But as a creative, you literally need everything that was taken from you to start afresh. So how did you manage your mental health? How did you process those phases each day? Like now, for me, there were days I woke up, I wanted to do something. Now I remembered my trigger is no longer available. I was sitting here, I remembered, oh, the mic I'm looking for was in that other bag. So, how did you navigate those phases where you needed one thing as a creative and you felt inadequate, or having to move to a new space to start afresh because literally fire took everything down?
Everything. So Rome was not built in a day.
Exactly.
Everything, you don't become who you want to be overnight.
Exactly.
It happens over time. That's the word of my pastor.
Nice word.
It happens over time. You get consistency and everything. So number one, the major thing I feel, one of the major factor in navigating this season and everything is the fact that having quality people around you.
That's very important, having quality people.
I'm this kind of person that I am very keen on the kind of relationship I have and the kind of people I relate with. And I am selfless. There are several people I serve. So to some extent, I know that I have served. So I can't be stranded on service too.
That's very true.
So the moment after the incident happened, I was using one of my big brother's studio and everything, blah, blah, blah. So a friend of mine that I'm now using the space with now, he was like, he has had this urge to call me that he just felt like I'm also having Christian believers, someone that actually knows God around you. Your community matters a lot as a creative. Your community. So you need to decide: is it a Mowobe community I want to have? But is it the Christian community I want to have? So it was like he has been having this urge to call me. It was like he really wants to know what and why he needs to call me. It was like, oh, when your video just told him, I am calling it for you to give out your space to him.
Wow.
So he just called me that morning because I was using that my big brother's studio, but I wanted, because I'm this kind of person that I really don't like putting someone in an uncomfortable situation. And the fact that he's a big brother, to some extent,
you'll be
I'm not that he gets. So he just called me that, oh, Dotun, you can always come to my place. I'm giving out my space for you. Use it as much as you want to. And I was like, oh, wow. This is an answered prayer. Because that particular morning, I was still brainstorming on how and when will I get things like
fixed.
Back and fixed. And just called me, yeah, okay, fine. Since then, I've been using the space. And that's on one side. On the other side, I think 2 weeks after the incident, I got a call from a friend, Joyshile. Joyshile just called me that, oh, is it Joyshile or my wife? Like, oh, there's a delivery, blah, blah, blah. Like, which delivery?
You didn't order anything.
Did I order anything? And I realized that Joyshile got me a C stand.
Wow.
And 2 camera stands.
Wow.
It got me, I think, got me equipment. I was like, oh my God, where did this come from? I think she got me a softbox too.
My God.
I'm like, wow, guy. Another one is John Durodola. Do you know Mr. John?
Yes,
Mr. John just called me one day, like, how are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. How have you been feeling? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, I won't really share the details. He was just like, oh, doesn't send me account details.
Wow.
And he sent me money, like, not 100,000. Understand? So I think the major thing that has helped me in getting back on track is the fact that I have quality people around me.
Quality people.
I have quality people. And these are people that even when I'm down, because honestly, there are seasons I sit back and think about it.
Yes, you're human. You're human. That's
so
very
the moment I'm down and I'm like this and that, blah, 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 I think about the people around me. I think about my pastor, I think about my first lady, because literally speaking, these are the people that actually gave me the idea and bettered photography in me.
Wow.
You understand? So I think about my wife, and I think about the people that have been helping me so far.
People that have invested.
So will I want to lay them down?
No.
Will I want to since the Dotun studio got burnt? Because literally for a while I was like, I don't want to be posting again. Yeah, I just started
I
posting.
can relate. I can
You
relate.
understand?
It's a struggle because mentally you're not even just in that space. You just want to even recover from the trauma. Yes, that was the word.
Exactly.
I kept saying, I just want to be.
I just want to be.
Wow.
I just want to be. So that was the reality that I just want to be. But at some point, I said, oh my Dotun, you can't just be. You can't keep being.
Yes. So what do you want to be?
This young lady is growing old. Your daughter will be 1 year now. What will she? Is she one father that? What does your father do? My daddy wants to be. You understand? Yeah. So there are several factors and also the fact that God could use someone to give me a space. So the moment I got this space, and I was like, okay, if I'm coming back online, I need to come back better. You get? And you know, the privilege and the things I've learned in time space of while I've been here, you get, has been phenomenal.
Shout out to that person, please. Give that person a
Orishadari. No, okay.
He's an amazing person.
No, I got it, bro. Good. So
thank you.
Yeah,
thank
so
you
I think that's it.
That's really amazing, and I can testify to what you said. I remember after I was robbed, I didn't put out the news of being robbed until I think 2 or 3 weeks after, because first and foremost, I had this very strong inclination within me that I shouldn't put up a pity party. So it was like God was directly instructing me not to put it up so I don't get a pity party. Yeah. And when I obeyed, the first time I put it up, it was because I had a nudge to just tell my story and ask, just what better this interview? How do creatives feel, or how do you feel as a creative if you lose everything that you have in less? And so I listed what people started reaching out. I had people that I've not even spoken to in years call me. Esther, send me account number. And God literally used people to equally restore me. Honestly. Even people I never expected would reach out. They reached out to me, and the height of it was getting a new camera, even better than what was stolen.
Should I tell you the name of the camera? I will not see it.
So, you know, and then I realized that it wasn't about what was stolen. Yeah. Just like my dad once said, sometimes what you sacrifice is for something higher. He said it in Yoruba dialect, and he was like, I've covenanted that equipment, so it's like an altar unto God. Nobody steals the altar of God.
I remember the scripture that says, I will restore unto you the years and days that you look on back. So,
God bless you. So, you know, I found comfort in family, from good friends, quality friends indeed, I must say. I woke up this morning to breakfast from one of the quality friends, and
I can still wake up to breakfast. My wife and my daughter, we will gather eat it together.
So, you know, and it made it real to me. Like, you might not understand and appreciate as much as people's presence are in your life until you get to those down points of your life. Because sometimes as creative, we are so self-sufficient.
Exactly.
We can literally, if I shoot 1 or 2, 3, I'm good to go for the ball. You know, we are very confident, especially when you know your craft.
Exactly.
And so you need to get to some point where not everybody will actually have to experience what we've been through. Having fire got down here. I don't wish it for my enemy.
Not my enemy.
Or being robbed of everything that you own. Yeah. But there are other experiences that we might go through as creatives. And it will bring us to our low times. But it is very important that we protect our mental health, because through it all, thank God for God in our lives. We could have lost it. And people don't even have to go through half of what we've been through to lose it. So we're going through that and being able to navigate it successfully with the help of God, the help of good family and friends has brought us this far. And if there's one thing we would like to tell the creative community, what would you like to tell them?
All right, so I'm actually very keen on the young creatives, the people that are actually coming up and everything. Is the fact that, number one thing, well, you will see Shige. Yeah, but everything happening to you is building you. You get? So don't feel this is breaking me. It is actually building you. You know, for good to be good, God has to pass through some
level of fire
and furnace, you get. So just know that for everything that's happening to you, it is actually crafting you and making you the better version of yourself, you get. And also as a creative, don't relent, keep doing what you're doing. There are several people watching you, honestly speaking.
Sincerely.
A lot of people are watching that you don't know. I think I heard this from Mr. John about, I think, years ago. It was like, oh, do I know that there are a lot of people that are looking at my post and everything? They might not interact with what you're doing now. They might just give you time, but just be consistent. You get, and stay true to your craft. That's one of the things. Stay true to your craft. Make sure you are true to yourself. You are true to your creativity. You understand? So the moment where, so if you are not true to yourself, that's why you just be moving around. You get, if you see, you'll be confused. You get, so make your crafts original. Make it yourself. You understand? So I think that's one of the things I can say. And also, this is a priority. Serve. Serve.
Bless you.
Serve. I can't say that too much. Serve. Myself, I'm a product of service. Faitola Davis, she's I can mention several creatives that are doing excellently well. They are all product of service. There's no self-made man. There's always an help-made man. You get? It is when you serve, people come true to you. You get? You know, God can't come from heaven to come and help you.
He's always going to go through a man.
God will always go to, he will always go through a man to help you. You get? And if you don't serve, forget it. Forget about it. You understand? So, but please hold on to this thing. If you hold on to this thing, the sky is your starting point. All right.
Thank you so much, Dotun. Just to buttress what you just said. Like Pastor Koju always say, Liverpool's never walk alone.
Yes,
that is the call for every creative. Never walk alone, because journey so far is never walking alone. If we had walked alone, I don't think anything would have come true for us at those low moments. So I'm really grateful that we have great people in our circle of friends, quality relationships to fall back on at low time, and beyond just falling back on them, we ourselves. Just like you said, we've been serving from time memorial. So we ourselves are like a backbone for other people to also
make
follow.
Yourself a quality person.
Yes, quality person. Thank you so much, Dr. Ajayi.
It's a privilege.
It's been amazing chatting with you, and I look forward to doing this again.
Definitely.
And on that time, we're going to be we're going to do it on a bigger scale, because we're going to be talking about how far we've been restored and what we are doing for other people that have been in our situation. Because I believe for everything that God has brought us through or brought us from is for us to be able to use to inform and help other people. So I'm looking forward to that moment when we'll be doing something for other people that have been through. Thank you so much.
And for a creative, if you are going through anything, blah blah blah, reach out to Faitola Davis. She's here to help, and I'm also here to help.
Thank you so much.
All right,
it's a wrap.
my guy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
God bless you.